You know, I want to talk about something important this morning as I head back home from Indiana. I think I've hinted to it, but I've never actually went into it, and that is the Christian death cult. Now, every religion has cults. Every denomination has zealots. I think we can all agree on that. Even the Nation of Islam has zealots. You know, to this day, if you say anything about Elijah Muhammad, you better be secured. You better be very careful, because people might try to get you. It's coming to my attention, you've got people who willingly want the end of the world to come. They see Trump as bringing that about. And I spoke before, when I say hinted, I was talking about how they're not going to get it, they're not going to understand, they're not going to comprehend how... I spoke about that previously with you guys, about like I said, how they're just not going to get it. And this is going to be the talk. This is the talk. It shocks me. It bothers me to see that. I was reading InfoWars this morning, and Alex Jones actually had a story where he was talking about how the CDC is contradicting Donald Trump. Now, Donald Trump is basically saying that this is not that serious, it's not that big of a deal, we got it under control. We do not have it under control. In fact, the story is contradictory because the state of California was saying there's only a few cases. The governor came out and said it's like 30-something, and the CDC came out and agreed with them. So they're giving you contradictory information. There was a case in California that they had no contact with any type of going to China or anything. Honestly, if I went to California right now, if I went home and back to a California trip, I wouldn't respirate it. Every time I got on the trip, I think that people, I've been hearing people talk about, a lot of folks over there sick, they're coughing, dirty coughs, things like that. I can't turn on that kind of money, but I would definitely, you know, I'm going to buy some wipes when I get up here, and before I go home, get some wipes, some other, I need to get some bleach, a whole lot of bleach. You would think I would have that already, wouldn't you? I got these wipes you put in your dryer, put in your washer, they soak up any kind of colorants. I got a bunch of those. Other stuff that you'd be surprised, dryer balls and stuff. I don't have bleach. I don't wear a lot of white. I wear a lot of dark clothes and slacks and stuff, so there's no real benefit. But yeah, I definitely would think about getting some bleach later on. There's a Christian death cult, and in the comments to his story, they were talking about okay, there's this guy that was in the White House, I guess, that didn't like Trump, spoke against him, and the woman at the CDC is speaking out against Trump is somehow related to him. First of all, the CDC and WHO have been downplaying from the day beginning. This is another example of Trump going to the extremes. That Trump is like, he's got a complex. He's got to go out there and attack people and make a big scene, even when it's not necessary to do so. When everybody really is already on board with what you're saying, but he's just so aggressive. He's just so stupid that, you know, WHO has not called it a pandemic yet. They don't want to cause a panic. So nobody's speaking out against Trump. They're just, you know, this is not the common cold. It's not the flu. This is, you know what I mean? This is not that. They're like, well, the flu kills more people. Yes, but that's not the point. The flu doesn't spread like this, baby. And what's going on in Iran and Italy is not the common flu or the common cold. Rhinovirus. It's not. But people are like saying on InfoWars, we should let this thing loose in California, take the state back. Sorry, I need to block it. We'll take the state back and all all this kind of stuff, and talking about how we need to loot the gene pool and all this kind of sick shit. And I'm laughing to myself because I'm like, when I read it, I laughed a lot of it because it's just so stupid. And these are white people who don't know any people of color. Like, these are people, I realize that they have to go on anonymous. It's like Cedar Post. It's all anonymous. They're all behind a curtain talking, in essence. They're all like these little incels. And you have a family to be an incel. And they're all detached from reality. And that's how they're speaking, detached from reality. And that's just the reality. That's just what it is. You know, they're living in this universe I can't even begin to understand whatsoever. It's not real in any way. You know, yeah, they're living out from reality. Completely out from reality. That's real talk. So, if you guys want to keep believing this is not real, then I guess I'm ahead of you. See, it's amazing how you had survivalists and how now survivalist boards have been basically turned into a forum for white supremacy and violence. Same thing with InfoWars. I'm looking at different spectrums of the Caucasian race. Cedar Post is a bunch of dumbass redneck cops. Stupid as shit. You know, I see them every morning talking about Bernie's going to win the do nothing party. And you know what that is? And they keep clowning Bernie and talking about nobody has it work. You know what that means? They know he has a chance of winning. See, that's how white folks do. I've learned that with these crackers down and stuff. They always hit you with sarcasm. But when they see you have a good chance, they get taken about it. I'm thinking he may do well in South Carolina too. I'm not following it, but I'm just looking here and there. Hey, you know, I'm not going to put any money towards Bernie. At this point, I can't afford to. I just bought a 10-pack of filters on fucking eBay. And, you know, like yesterday, it was like 110 or something. I was watching it. And, you know, 110 is a deal because they're selling filters like $5 cheaper, $10 cheaper on eBay. Today it was 130. So I went ahead and bought that shit before I even left the hotel. I'm like, shit. People been talking about how hand sanitizer $30 and stuff like that. Hey, you know, that, I said it before, it's amazing that Amazon is really like what it's become. Like, you can look at that and see, like when they had them protests in Ferguson and all that, I think they were like banning like mace and banning pepper. What was it? Was it that or was it the riots in London years ago? I can't remember which one it was. One of the two. It was like they had these big riots. They were blocking all this stuff because of that. Yeah, because of that. I find that interesting. But yeah, man, for the sheep, you know, for these rednecks, they're the political class. Like, they don't care. They're willing to let this thing loose and kill a lot of people. I've read on InfoWars guys talking about they could let a nuke off or something. I mean, it's like, really? Like, that's very sick, man. Not saying they can do it or I believe it, but it's just for them to go on a public forum and you know what the feds can do to you for something like that? That's not free speech. You know, my dad thinks, a lot of these rednecks think that free speech is being able to say whatever you want, do whatever you want. I don't think so. I think when you're a police officer or you're commissioned somewhere at a federal job or you're a professor somewhere, I think that you can say certain things that they've got to take into question your judgment because you're representing more than yourself. Now, hey, if you want to quit your job and say it, that's fine. But if you've got a what's called, and you're going out there putting up racist, homophobic stuff, about calling for violence, you say like, I'm a professor at CNC. Nah, man. I think they have a duty to watch that because you're looking at these mass shootings. You're looking at what's going on. Germany, the last shooting they had, they were like, yeah, man, we have to, you know, deal with it. The thing on the parade where it was saying deeds turn into actions or something like that. Words turn into deeds or something like that. Yeah, man. They realize this is dangerous stuff. can't let that go on. That's not free speech. Calling for race war, calling for that's not free speech. That's violence. And I think it's white folks that are protesting that. It just shows you that for white people, their idea of free speech is just being as racist as they can be, being as racist as they can be, being as bigoted as they can be, homophobic as they can be, and they don't really care about anybody else. These are the folks that see the posts. They don't care about anybody else or have any basic respect for anybody else whatsoever. They really don't. None whatsoever. And that being said, you're not gonna reason with those kind of folks. It's not. Going back to it, it's a death cult. These guys, they want the end of the world. It's taken me a while to understand that you actually have people out here who wish for doomsday. Sometimes I think that if something can happen like that and it'll make us just stop waging war for a little while, it's a good thing. Sometimes I think that, that's the hand of God judging the wicked. When I see things like the meth and opioid addictions and all that, that's the hand of God, man. I don't feel bad for the white people. Not at all. I don't feel bad for them even one little bit. No. Hand of God judging the wicked. These devils want to run around here and disrespect people and treat them like they ain't nothing. And now they're going to hell. Wasn't no counseling back in the 80s. Wasn't no rehabilitation in Narcan back then. No, we're going to lock them up. We're going to arrest our way out of this problem. What they give you? Mandatory minimums, drug task forces. They didn't have no counseling for black people. So no, man, I don't feel nothing for them or their children. Fuck them, man. No, fuck them. And I want you to understand something. The same people who were doing that back then, establishing public policy with that in mind, the crime bill, 94 crime bill, and super predators, the same people that did that are still doing things now. Nothing has changed. They haven't gone away. They just maybe don't use some of the same racially inflammatory comments and things like that. The vocabulary may have changed. But it's just like the Iraq War. The same folks that got you in there, they're still out here. They haven't been punished. So no, I don't feel bad for them people. And if white people want to run around here with this native mentality that only white America matters, then okay, God bless you. What to do. I do feel bad for the kids sometimes because I realize when I was on the road that like these people are raising their kids with stuff that's just not real, and it wasn't real now. It wasn't real 10 years ago, and it's not gonna be real 10 years from now. Like this coal mine, all this stuff is dead stuff, man. This is dead. This is not real. And all this white rage and white anger, it's like I'm watching white people have a collective tantrum. That's all I'm watching. And it's just, I'm just watching, it's ridiculous. Like, dude, no. This stuff's not gonna cut it. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants, the ideology that you're pushing.